The Four Farrellys by Percy. In a small hotel in London I was sitting down to dine, when the waiter brought the register and asked me if I'd sign. And as I signed I saw a name that set my heart astir. A certain Francis Farrelly had signed the register. I knew a lot of Farrellys, and out of all the crew I kept off sort of wondering, what Farrelly were you? And when I'd finished dinner I sat back in my chair, going round my native land to find what Farrelly you were. Were you the keen-eyed Kerryman I met below Kinmare, who told me that when Ireland fought, the odds were never fair? If Cromwell had met Sarsfield or met Onro O'Neill, 'tis not to Mr. Gladstone we'd be looking for appeal. Would of Ireland for the Irish, not a Saxon to be seen, and only Gaelic spoken in that house on College Green. Told me landlords were the divil, and their agents 10 times worse, that every sort of government for Ireland was a curse. Oh, if you're that Francis Farrelly, your dreams have not come true. Still, sláinte Frenchine, for I like a man like you. In the north, were you Francis Farrelly that often used to say he'd like to blow them papishes from Derry walls away? The boy that used to bother me that Orange Lodge to join, and thought that history started with the Battle of the Boyne. I was not with you, Francis, the Pope is not my friend, but still I hope, poor man, he'll die without that bloody end. And when you quit from care yourself and get to kingdom come, it's no use teaching you the harp, you'll play the orange drum. Ach, man, you were a fighter, of that I have no doubt, for I seen you in Belfast one night when the Antrim road was out, and many a time that evening I thought that you were dead, the way them papish paving stones were a-hopping off your head. Oh, if you were the Francis Farrelly who came from naught Tyrone, here's looking to you, Francis, but do leave the Pope alone. Or were you the Francis Farrelly that in my college days, for strolling on the Kingston Pier, was such a curious craze? Do you mind them lovely sisters, the blonde and the brunette? I know I've not forgotten, and I don't think you forget, the picnic at the Dargle and the other at the Scalp. Oh, how my heart was palpitating, ours wasn't, not a palp. Someone said you married money, and maybe you were wise, for the gold you loved was in her hair and the diamonds in her eyes. So I'd like to think you married her, and that you're with her yet. 'Twas some militia officer that married the brunette, but the blonde one always loved you, and I know you loved her too. So may blessing on you, Francis, and the blue sky over you. Or were you the Francis Farrelly I met so long ago in the bog below Belmullet in the county of Mayo, that long-legged freckled Francis with the steep-set wistful eyes that seemed to take their colour from those ever-changing skies, that put his flute together as I sketched the distant scene and played me Planxty Kelly in the weeks of Inniskeen, that told me in the autumn he'd be sailing to the west to make his fortune and send money to the rest. And would I draw a picture of the place where he was born, and he'd hang it up and look at it and not feel so forlorn. And when I had it finished, you got up from where you sat, and you said, well, you're the divil, and I can't say more than that. Oh, if you were that Francis Farrelly, your fortune may be small, but I'm thinking, Francis, that I love you best of all, and I never can forget you, though it's years and years ago, in the bog below Belmullet, in the county of Mayo.